Meletrix made one of the prettier 60% boards I've seen this year. They've also made one of the dumbest layout decisions. Everyone, welcome back to Scoop Bar. Today we're looking at the Meletrix Zoom64, the newest board in the Zoom lineup. 64 key compact layout, aluminum case, Hall effect support, knob, tri-mode, wireless, and 16 colorways, starting at $149 USD. Before we get into it, Scoop Bar is a passion project. Me and V run this while working full-time jobs, so if you're getting value from these videos, a like and subscribe goes a long way. Feel the links for everything are down in the description. All right, let's get into it. So the Zoom series has a special place for us. It was one of the first boards we featured on our socials back when Meletrix was still proving themselves. The Zoom65 kind of set the bar. Good sound, good design, fair price, available everywhere. You didn't have to join a group buy or wait a whole year and a half. You can just buy one, pre-build or bare bones through vendors all over the world, and that was a big deal. Now they're back with the Zoom64, and the first thing you notice out the box is the layout. It uses a 2U left shift and a 1U right shift, which means if you want proper keycaps coverage, you're looking at a 40s kit or a specialty add-on. Your nice GMK set, your PBD set, there's a real chance that they won't cover this board without any extra kits. And that right shift, if you use it, your muscle memory is gonna fight you. It's just in a weird spot, so right away this board feels like it's built for HE gaming crowd more than a keycap matching enthusiast crowd. That's not a deal breaker, but you need to know that going in. Meletrix is a consumer brand under Wuque Studio, which was started by Simba Hua back in 2020 out of Shenzhen. Wuque made some well-known enthusiast boards like the Icky 68 Aurora, the Mammoth, Promise 87. Then in 2021, they launched Meletrix with the goal of making that same quality accessible to everybody. The Zoom65 was a proof of concept. Gasket mount, flex cut PCB, wireless, good sound, all under $200. It worked. Since then, they've expanded the Zoom series to cover pretty much every size: 65, 75, TKL, 98, non-pad, and now the 64. They manufacture in-house. They have vendors worldwide, KNC Keys, Max Gaming, and a bunch of others across Asia, Europe, and North America. That global availability is still one of their biggest strengths. All right, let's talk about how this thing looks, because honestly, it looks pretty decent. It's one of Meletrix's stronger in-house design in my opinion. It has its own identity without being overly designed or boring, which is a hard line to walk. The whole lower case is one continuous curve, no hard edges. The side profile has concave shape that they call an Aurora arc, and honestly, even the black unit, which usually makes everything look the same, you can see the curves working. The black anodized finish is not boring on this board, and that's unusual. Flip it over, they got racetrack shaped weight with a wave texture and these little twin ear silicone feet that continue the curved design. Meletrix always does this kind of bottom flare, but on the Zoom64 it actually fits. It doesn't feel forced. And I'll be honest, I love a clean design. The hidden 360-degree light strip around the bottom is a nice touch too. When it's on, it looks like the glow is coming from inside the case itself. Subtle, not gamer RGB blast in your face. Now the special edition colors: Forged Flow, Glacier Star Trail, Midnight Ink Glow. Those honestly look pretty fire. They're an extra $30, and I think they're worth it if you want something that really stands out. One very minor downside though, the black unit does attract quite a bit of fingerprints and dust along the edges pretty fast. So if you're the type who keeps a clean desk, you're going to be wiping this thing down quite a bit. And to be fair, this is true for all black boards, not just this one. Also, the knot placement does give the board slightly gamery look. Not a deal breaker, but it shifts the vibe away from a clean and professional look. So here's where Meletrix did something pretty smart. There's a ton of different ways you can buy this board. You got the mechanical barebone kit, which comes with tri-mode PCB, your choice of flex cut or non-flex cut, 4-plate options, aluminum, PC, FR4, or palm, foam choices, standard, cork, poron, or none, stabilizers, 2.4 GHz receiver, along with both mounting systems, all included included, starting at around 149 USD. Then there are the Hall Effect case kits, one for the GH60 and the Wuque format PCBs, one for Meletrix's own Flex 60 HE, bundle options that add Wuque Flex switches or the Flex 60 PCB, and you can buy the Flex 60 HE modules separately. 16 colorways in total, and that's a crazy amount of choices for a group buy. However, I do wish it included a standard PCB in the case kits, but the price does reflect that. Then there's the acrylic version that's coming soon, injection molded, starting at 79 USD, and that's going to be a great budget entry point. Building this board is pretty straightforward. They do use a ball catch system, so the case pops apart quite easily, no screws needed. It does use a ribbon cable for the Hall Effect PCB connection, and look, ribbon cables aren't anyone's favorite, but it's what you need for a high polling rate on Hall Effect boards until they can figure something else out that has a fast and stable connection, but also incorporate ease of build. You just have to be careful not yanking it out during disassembly. I'm glad they moved away from the top mount option. Ball catch in 2026 for this price is the right call. And honestly, having just two mounting options, silicone gel and O-ring, is a good thing. Some boards give you 7 configurations and it just becomes a decision overload. 2 well-tuned mounting options is good enough in my opinion. Now, I did say well-tuned and we'll kind of get to that more in a little bit. But overall, keep mounting simple. Place selections and phone options round things out nicely. Snaps are included, no sourcing headaches. This is just how a kit should be packaged. Okay, this is where things get a little rough. The key mapping out the box were not great. Stuff wasn't mapped right and the software didn't just work. Now, this could be a prototype unit thing. We're hoping Meletrix cleans this up before production units ship. This board is VIA compatible, which is great. You might need to sideload a JSON file, and that's pretty standard for Wuque boards, but it shouldn't be a step you have to troubleshoot on a $149 kit. It should just work, and I'll keep saying this for every wireless board that has not done this yet. Put in the work and switch over to ZMK. It will give you a tremendous battery boost while being compliant with protocols. There is a physical manual in the box, which I always appreciate. It is layout in a bit overwhelming format, but all the necessary info is there if you will take the time to read and search through it. Check the Zoom64 page for better resources. The bottom line is this: software needs work, not a deal breaker, but it is a blemish. Now here's where the board earns its keep. The foam implementation is pretty clean, nothing wild, but Meletrix knows how to dampen a case without killing the overall sound. You can count on that from them. And I'm going to say it, it's one of the better sounding boards that I have ever seen from Meletrix in my opinion. Again, sound is objective and based on your preference, but check out this sound test. On the silicone dot mount, the alphas sound pretty fantastic in my opinion. The spacebar has a great pop and clean bottom out. Where it drops off is in the modifiers. They sound a little dull to me. The consistency just isn't there. Switch to the O-ring mount and the mods come alive, way brighter and way fuller to me. The whole build on O-ring just sounds pretty clean, even with a bottom foam in. I was surprised with the sound profile. I would have loved to test the O-ring without bottom foam, but here's the problem. The O-ring has a lot of wobble. The board shifts when you type on it with force. It doesn't feel planted, and that's a deal breaker for feel. And frankly, the fix is pretty straightforward. Just add some silicone bumpers in the key spots to prevent shifting. This is something that a lot of boards have done for many years, and it's a little disappointing that Meletrix didn't include that. So the silicone dot mount is a safe pick, and it sounds great, it feels great, and it's stable. If you're running Hall effect switches, it's your only option anyway, and it's a good one. O-ring has more sound potential, but the wobble holds it back. You can do some DIY solutions, but I feel like at this price range, you should not have to. So who should grab this? If you want a compact HE gaming board in a genuinely nice aluminum case with great sound, the Zoom64 punches way above its weight. The silicone dot build at $149 is a really strong value. 16 colors means you're going to find one that you'll like. Trimo wireless, VIA, hot swap, it kind of checks a lot of the boxes. Who should skip it? If you care about keycap compatibility, the 2U left shift and 1U right shift is going to limit your options. If you rely on the right shift, the layout's going to annoy you. If you want a premium knob experience, this kind of feels a little bit underwhelming because there are no indents or clicks, just smooth without any feedback. And if you're an enthusiast who wants full layout flexibility and maximum tuning options, this board is more gaming focused than enthusiast focused in my opinion. That's just what it is. The Zoom64 is a really good board that makes a few frustrating choices. The sound is impressive, the design is one of Meletrix's best in my opinion, but the layout limitations and the O-ring wobble keeps it from an easy recommendation for everyone. If you going in knowing what it is and what it isn't, you're going to be happy with it. The video links are in the description if you want to check it out for yourself. Love you all, and I'll see you in the next build.